Andrey Santos has turned down a big money move to Saudi side Al-Qadsiah. Let's get into it.
The last home game of the season is probably I'm not defensive about it. Come on!
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another transfer news video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments. And we have got some news to go through. The transfer window may be closed, but there is still plenty going on in regards to Chelsea. And there's only one place to start, and that is with the future of Andrey Santos, because according to reports in Brazil, the youngster has turned down a big money move to Saudi side Al-Qadsiah. UOL reporting that Andrey Santos rejected a proposal from Saudi in the summer. Santos refused the base salary of £6.9 million per year, around 5 times more than what he currently receives at Chelsea. The article itself stated that Santos would have considered the proposal if the salary on offer was double what had been offered, but apparently Qadsiah also tabled a 70 million euros bid as well, which was enough to open negotiations with Chelsea. Subsequently, Al-Qadsiah have gone on and signed Julian Weigl, the German midfielder, so they won't be coming back in for Andrey Santos. But will any other Saudi clubs potentially try their luck with Santos, given the Saudi window is still open until the 10th of September? Now, there's been speculation surrounding Andrey Santos' future all summer. You know, oh, Chelsea's definitely going to sell him. Chelsea's going to sell him. He's going to be sold on for profit. They turned down a bid from West Ham, believed to be worth about 43 to 45 million pounds. And Chelsea have maintained their stance throughout the entire summer that Andrey Santos is not for sale, and he's going to be a key part of the squad going forward this season. And yes, you know, Chelsea have sold a lot of players. Chelsea bring players in, move them on for a profit. They're not afraid to sell players. And one thing you can say about the club, and one thing you can say about the project, is we have not sold one important first teamer for profit at any stage during this new ownership, during this new project. You know, they turned down multiple offers for Levi Colwell in the past. They obviously turned down offers for Andrey Santos. And so this is what I'm talking about. People say, oh, all we're interested in is money, all we're interested in is selling players for a profit. Yes, that is true to a certain extent. But when push comes to shove, not one important first teamer has been sold. And that's really, really important to remember when looking at the overall picture here. All the players that have been sold are players that either A, weren't good enough, B, we've turned in for a profit, or C, they wanted to leave. No one in their prime has been sold against their wishes. And so that, for me, I think is something that's really important to clarify. Santos, again, is going to have a key role to play this season. Romeo Lavia is still injured, can't keep himself fit at all. You've got Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Dario Isugu has also arrived. There's real strength in depth in the midfield, and Santos is going to get plenty of opportunities. You know, he's going to want to stay in the Premier League. He's going to want to establish himself in that Brazil setup as well, the World Cup next summer. He wants to be a part of that, no doubt about it. And he needs to make the most of the opportunities that he is going to be given at Chelsea to do that. Now, obviously, yes, he's down in the pecking order. He's appeared in all 3 of Chelsea's Premier League matches so far, yet to start a Premier League game for the Blues, but that will come in due course. And obviously, he's attracting interest. As a reference, West Ham, this offer from Al-Qadsiah. We know that Bayern Munich was sniffing around earlier in the summer, but as I said, Andrey Santos is not for sale. It really is as simple as that. Maybe next summer or the summer after, things might change. But right now, the stance has always been the same. And it's good to see that he will be remaining at Chelsea. And he's going to play a very, very important role this season. I can't wait to see what he does. I can't wait to see how he develops as a player as well. But moving away from Andrey Santos and the Saudi Arabia interest, Chelsea submitted their squad for the Champions League on Wednesday evening. All summer signings were included, barring one man. Obviously, we've complied with the UEFA rules, the UEFA sanctions, and our squad has been finalised and given the all clear by UEFA. But one player who didn't make the cut was summer signing Facundo Buonanotte. He was left out of Chelsea's 23-man Champions League squad. Now, you look at it and you look at players that have been left out of other European squads. Matthias Tell, £30 million summer signing, left out of Tottenham's Champions League squad. You look at Amari Hutchinson, £37.5 million spent, left out of Nottingham Forest's Europa League squad. This is a little bit of a surprise, but it shouldn't be a huge surprise. Out of all the summer signings, he was probably the least important one to get registered. You know, your Garnachos, Delap, Gittins, Joao Pedro, Jarell Hato, all these guys were far more important to get registered than Facundo Buonanotte. I do feel a little bit sorry for him because in his sort of unveiling interview, his first interview with the in-house media at the club, he was saying how he was looking forward to playing in the Champions League for the first time in his career. Well, that now is not going to happen. Maybe he gets added for the knockout stages. I mean, it's highly unlikely unless we suffer a load of injuries, which we all hope isn't the case. Yeah, you know, doesn't make it a pointless signing. I don't think so. I mean, I never really thought that this guy would play a lot. I never got my hopes up thinking he's going to be a missing piece. This is what we need. He's going to play loads of minutes. Yes, it's cover for Cole Palmer, but, you know, Chelsea clearly don't think that highly of him if they've not put him in the Champions League squad, or they've deemed him to be less important to go in the Champions League squad than other players. Levi Colwill may be a surprise name on there, but again, he would have been listed because he could well be back for the later on towards the back end of the season. If we're still in it, then it's obviously useful to have him available as a squad option. Liam Delap, obviously named. The likes of Tyreek George, Romeo Lavia, and Josh Achimpong, they weren't named in the original squad, but they are understood to be part of the B list. So obviously they will also take part in this competition. So the only notable absentee is Facundo Buonanotte. You do have to feel a little bit sorry for him, but you can absolutely understand why Chelsea have left him out. You know, if someone had to miss out, it was more than likely going to be him. And let's see how much he plays in the Premier League. Let's see how much he plays in the domestic cups. We're moving away from Facundo Buonanotte's omission from the Champions League squad and sticking with attacking players, sticking with strikers. Chelsea considered a move for Emanuel Emegha at Strasbourg in light of Liam Delap's injury. And as our Kinsella reporting that Strasbourg's Emegha is seen internally by Chelsea as a player that could play for them soon or in the Premier League. The decision to recall Guiu was also taken with Emegha's future development in mind. We've had stories about Emanuel Emegha before. You know, he scored 14 goals in the French league for Strasbourg last season. He's got 3 goals in 4 appearances in all competitions so far this time around. And yeah, he's clearly someone that is going to be a Chelsea player at some point in the future. He's a player the club have got their eye on. It's been reported by Fabrizio Romano earlier this summer that Chelsea are planning to sign Emegha for 2026. He'll be part of the squad next summer. Yeah, you know, we could have brought that forward. We could have signed him, you know, in light of Delap's injury. But I don't think that would have gone down very well if Chelsea had gone and robbed Strasbourg's number 9, like with a day or two left in the window. That wouldn't have improved relations between Blueco and the Strasbourg fans. And I think ultimately for his development as well, it's better that he spends another season in France, another season under Liam Rossigna, play European football in the Conference League and continue to develop. This was someone that was playing for Austrian side Sturm Graz a couple seasons ago. He's now in his second season in France. Let's see how he develops. Let's see what he can do. But this guy is probably going to be the natural replacement for Nicholas Jackson. The decision to recall Guiu makes sense. You understand why Chelsea have done it, a quick fix. Someone that knows the club, someone that knows Maresca's system and has worked with Maresca last season. So, yeah, it's not an ideal solution, but it's probably the best solution that we could have got at such a short, in such short notice and with so little time remaining in the transfer window. But Emanuel Emegha definitely one to keep an eye on, guys, and someone who looks like has got an exciting future. 22 years of age, a Dutch under-21 international. And yeah, let's see how he does this season, and let's see whether he will be a Chelsea player next summer. I'm still cautious and sceptical about how the likes of Mark Guiu are going to do, how many minutes are going to be given, the extra pressure on Joao Pedro. We still don't know how long Liam Delap is going to be sidelined for. We haven't had an official update on that yet, but Emegha is certainly a striker who looks like he could well be joining Chelsea next summer. So, guys, make sure you keep an eye on him. There's still no news on Raheem Sterling. There's still no news on Axel Disasi. Ben Chilwell has completed his move to Strasbourg as well. Really heartfelt message that he put out on Instagram. We'll always be thankful for what Chilwell did, and it's a shame how it ended. But yeah, really nice message from him. If you've not seen that, make sure you go and have a look. But guys, that is pretty much all the latest Chelsea news doing the rounds at the moment. Please make sure you smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll catch you again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Peace.